Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, today we will study the mechanism of blood coagulation. Regarding the blood coagulation, the basic theory is basically it depends on the activation of 50 or more possible blood procoagulants. Here I should clear what is the difference between the procoagulant and anticoagulants. Procoagulants agents, these are the specific agents which promote the process of the coagulation, while the anticoagulants, these are the agents which opposes the process of coagulation. Basically, the blood coagulation has the main three steps. Number one is the formation of prothrombin activator. Number two, the conversion of prothrombin to thrombin. And thirdly, the conversion of fibrinogen to fibrin. As a general process, clotting takes place in three steps, as I have told you. Firstly, in response to rupture of the vessel or damage to the blood itself, a complex chain of the chemical reaction takes place. The net result is the formation of prothrombin activator, which is a complex activated substance. Once it is formed, the conversion of prothrombin to thrombin takes place. Then the thrombin acts as an enzyme to convert fibrinogen into fibrin fiber. After that, the platelets and blood cells plasma that enmesh these fibers to form a clot. The first step, that is the prothrombin activator, is formed as a result of rupture of a blood vessel or as a result of damage to the special substances in the blood. After that, the prothrombin activator, in the presence of sufficient amount of ionic calcium, causes conversion of prothrombin to thrombin. In this picture you can also see clearly, this is the injured blood vessel, and here in the presence of prothrombin activator, prothrombin changes into thrombin, after which other blood vessels, blood cells come in contact here, like platelets, and form the fibrin clot over that. The further process is, you can see from this figure also, here I am discussing the first step, that is the formation of the prothrombin activator, which is helpful for the conversion of prothrombin into thrombin in the presence of calcium. The next step is, you can see from this animation clearly, very nice animation to show you how the prothrombin activator is activated, and then you can see thrombin is formed. For the conversion of prothrombin to thrombin, prothrombin is a plasma protein actually. It is present in normal plasma in a concentration of about 15 mg per deciliter. It is formed continuously by the liver, and it is continually being used throughout the body for blood clotting. If the liver fails to produce prothrombin in a day or so, prothrombin concentration in the plasma falls too low to provide normal blood coagulation. And you must remember that vitamin K is required by the liver for normal activation of prothrombin, as well as a few other clotting factors also. For the conversion of fibrinogen into fibrin, Actually, the fibrinogen is a high molecular weight protein, and because of its large high molecular weight, little fibrinogen normally leaks from the blood vessel into the interstitial fluids. Because fibrinogen is one of the essential factors in the coagulation process, the interstitial fluids ordinarily do not coagulate. And you must remember this thing, that why the interstitial fluid not coagulate normally. So it may be asked in the Viva also. For the action of thrombin on fibrinogen to form the fibrin, it acts on fibrinogen to remove 4 low molecular weight peptides from each molecule of fibrinogen, forming one molecule of fibrin monomer that has the automatic capability to polymerize with other fibrin monomer molecules to form fibrin fibers. As a result, many fibrin monomer molecules polymerize within seconds into the long fibrin fibers that constitute the reticulum of the blood clot. I will show you another animation to show how this process occurs. As far as the blood clot is concerned, the clot is composed of a meshwork of fibrin fibers running in all directions and entrapping blood cells, platelets and plasma. These are the special types of fibers, and the direction is they are in all direction. And with that, in between we have the platelets, other blood cells, and also the plasma, which is going to strengthen it. Within a few minutes after a clot is formed, it begins to contract and usually expresses most of the fluid from the clot within 60 minutes. The fluid expressed is called the serum. Now here you can be asked, what is the difference between the serum and the plasma? Plasma is wholly solely, which contains each and everything, plasma proteins and other different clotting factors, while the serum is the clear portion, clear fluid devoid of these clotting factors, as it is released after the coagulation process completes, so that all these clotting factors, all these coagulation factors, these factors, they are utilized already. So the clear fluid, just water, that is released without all these factors. So that is called the serum, while the plasma, that is the again a type of fluid which contains all these factors. And you can say that plasma is initially present while the serum is the end result of the coagulation process. Platelets contribute directly by activation thrombosin and myosin, which are the contractile proteins of the platelets. Once the blood clot has started to develop, it normally extends within minutes into the surrounding blood. Then, that is, the clot itself initiates a positive feedback to more and more clotting process. So, it is just the simplest way of the clotting or initial steps with the clottings. You can see from here also the activation of these are the platelets. You can see it is the thrombin to fibrin thread to form the fibrin thread. These are forming the fibrin thread, and these are the platelets. More and more thrombin join together to form the fibrin thread. That is the from the fibrinogen, the fibrin thread is formed. With this, we complete our lecture today. In the following next coming lectures, I will discuss the extrinsic and intrinsic pathway and other mechanisms, detailed mechanisms of the blood clotting mechanism. Till that, thank you. Allah Hafiz.